A froggy Sunday night, old Jakey Poo.
Yeah.
Very froggy. We didn't even do the standard countdown.
We're just excited.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going balls to the wall.
What's going on here?
Balls deep from Jump Street.
It's one of those.
I've been there before.
Oh, you're looking good, buddy. I love that shirt.
Yeah, Snazzy Jake.
Snazzy Jake.
Snazzy Jake. Wait, hold on. My volume is so loud.
I was going to say, this is Jake's X-Force attire.
Ooh, the X-Force uniform.
Yeah, you need a special one. We'll talk about that.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
We can hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear, buddy, old pal.
Loud and queer?
Somebody had to say it.
I was going to say loud and queer.
Freudian slip.
Oh, nice.
How you doing, buddy?
Loud and queer.
How's it feel to be back in the City of Angels?
You're back.
Dude, it feels good, honestly. It makes me not want to leave, truth be told. I've had the exact opposite effect as soon as I got back here.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? I kind of like LA a lot. I just like literally as soon as I walked back into my apartment, I was like, I don't want to leave this. I was like, I kind of like where I'm at. So
Yeah.
Just gotta
That's cool.
grind. That's all, honestly.
Yeah. Dude,
Gotta grind.
I had a great spooky weekend with my boy. Got to see the boy. He's grown up fast on me.
I saw that picture you posted. He's as tall
He's
as
a
you.
quarter inch taller
that
than
kid
me.
is tall.
He's taller
He's
than
a
you.
quarter
What
inch
fucking-
taller than me, man.
Jesus, what a monster.
13 years old.
What's in the waters of West Virginia?
He needs to be stopped.
He does. Dude, although I did put him in his place, he was like, I bet I could beat you up now. And I was like, you watch out, little buddy.
Young blood.
I said, you watch out, little buddy. And he kept, over the whole weekend, he kept antagonizing it. And I was just like, all right, dude. I'm going to have to put you in your place. He said, let's arm wrestle right now. And I shut him down real quick.
Nice.
That's hilarious. Dude, that's cool though that he's like feeling big enough that he can try you though.
Is it? Is that cool?
Or no, it's just like a classic
He's
like
growing up. He's
Yeah.
like, let me see
father
if I
son
could-
thing.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, can I take my dad?
Yeah.
Dude, so wait, time out. Has he even hit puberty yet?
Oh, he's got little peach fuzz on his face and everything.
But like not full blown, like balls haven't dropped. What I mean is like, he doesn't even have like a growth spurt, right?
Oh, no, he's definitely like starting to hit puberty. I think he's like,
Well, what I mean is like he'll keep growing for a hot minute.
My dad was 6'3", or is 6'3". My dad's dad was 6'8". My dad's grandpa was 7 foot.
Yeah, he might be a big motherfucker by the end of all this.
Yeah, dude.
Like 6'6". Wait, what? Your great granddad was 7 feet big?
Yup.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's like some giant Andre the Giant.
Yeah, dude. Those
Cody the
cannons.
Giant.
That's
Cody,
like,
dude,
I
you
come
have-
from a
you got
long
Giants blood
line
in
of
you.
conquerors.
Oh, the Giants. Jotunheim.
I shouldn't say that because somebody, I don't know, I think it was like a great uncle or something, was literally named Stonewall Jackson Cannon.
Nice.
That's not nice. That's terrible.
Well, I mean, they lost. They didn't conquer anything, literally. So fuck them.
Yeah, but it's also like, it sucks that one of my uncles or great uncles or some shit was or great I don't know where it was in the family, but somebody in my family was named after Stonewall Jackson, and that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, Cody, let me ask you a question. Would you, if you had the opportunity, you had a time machine, you go back in time to the bedroom, the crib of baby Stonewall Jackson, do you shoot him?
Oh shit.
No, because he lost.
That's true. He will ultimately lose no matter what.
Yeah, so
True, it'd be a waste of a baby
what
kill.
if the general?
Exactly.
What if
Then all you did was just kill an innocent baby.
yeah,
right.
What
We need him to like pay for his
Yeah, what if he
rebellion.
Also, like, what if in his place somebody even worse were to lead?
Oh shit. Dude, Iron Wall Jackson.
Oh,
Iron Wall Jackson.
Dude, speaking of iron, I just got a bunch of sweet batarangs.
Fuck yeah.
Batarangs.
Yeah, batarangs.
Those are sick.
They're real metal too.
What are you gonna do with them?
Throw them at criminals, obviously.
Throw them at people, obviously.
Bad guys.
Yeah, I have batarangs before. I've never showed you them, Anthony.
You showed me because we
Yeah, I
threw
showed
them.
you
At,
them.
we threw them at a
batarangs.
tree.
We threw them at a tree. Dude, I love batarangs, dog.
Yeah, that's my boy. You know who else loves flying shards of metal?
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Really? That's the segue you're gonna use? I set us up perfectly.
With
and
the
then-
Did you?
With the kids
for the
dying.
kid, yeah.
No, he
That's
definitely
okay.
did.
You
You
guys
did.
could
We-
just pass
It
that
was
and
better.
do the
Well,
shitty iron
Jake
one.
still had to
okay,
share.
Yeah, I was still sharing stories. Cody's the only one who could share
Yeah,
about his
I'm not the
goddamn
only one that
son.
gets an
Cody, yeah, only
update.
Cody.
Well,
The Cody
yeah.
update.
The commies need to hear about his son.
They do.
Previously on Cody's son's life.
There's a whole saga. We have to figure out which episodes line up for that one.
Which line
It's
up?
like almost like that story at the end of Philadelphia about the werewolves before
Yeah, it's
they
like our
join.
backup story.
It's gonna
Oh,
it's gonna be
shit.
a backup story until he's old enough to join the actual plot line of Comics and
shit.
Chronic.
Okay, so what's your prediction? What episode do you think KO is going to jump on the podcast?
Dude, shut up. No time soon, that's for sure. Because he's not smoking pot with us as a child. So anyway, what are we talking about today, Jakey Poo? Anthony?
Hey, we are talking X-Force.
Uncanny X-Force.
Uncanny X-Force.
The Rick Remender run, specifically.
Very cool.
The first half of the
Yes.
Rick Remender run.
Yeah, first 19 issues or so.
Yes, issues 1 through 19. Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force. It's pretty sweet. I've never read it before.
Cody's only been talking about it forever.
Since we started the podcast.
We finally did it.
Yeah.
No, but you were telling me about this comic since I met you, Cody. You were always like, read this comic.
Yeah. Well,
And that's why I read
yeah.
it.
when I came out, I'm just going to start out strong and say, this is one of my favorite comics, period.
Hell yeah.
This is a great comic.
Yeah.
Great.
Back from 2010.
Oh, is that when it came out?
Yeah.
Yep. It came out right when it was coming out right when you got me back into comics, old Jake.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
Jake.
I loved it, and I didn't care about not knowing anything that happens before it.
Leading
I
up
just
to it?
accepted this
Yeah.
is.
Oh, no, but it's one of those kind of runs. There's
Oh,
nothing
is it? Okay,
that-
I didn't know that.
There's
There's a lot
X-Force
that leads up to it.
No, but it's not like that. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like it's its own run.
I mean, I didn't know this whole like Warren Worthington had this whole Two-Face type thing with Archangel. I also didn't know that like this was an X-Force squad: Fantomex, Deadpool, Wolverine, Psylocke, Archangel. Like I just
This is the only one with this squad.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like you could start from here. That's totally fine.
that's what
Yeah,
I mean.
Great.
Like I was like, oh cool, this and it jumps out right away. Like the first issue is like, boom, we're doing crazy shit.
Face.
Yeah, in your face. I love the concept. Black Ops X-Men team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like low key taking out the threats to mutant kind in a way that Cyclops
Charles
and
wouldn't
and
approve
Charles, wouldn't want. You know? what
No,
I mean?
Cyclops does approve it. It's Cyclops' Black Ops team.
Oh, it is because this is at the end.
Yeah.
Of,
Because you're right. Because when they go to whatever island they go to,
Utopia. Yeah, Utopia.
yeah, Utopia, Cyclops sees them and he doesn't tell Magneto that X-Force.
yeah, he's like, I don't know what happened.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays dumb to Magneto.
So I'll call this
Yeah.
like it was like this is just what I refer to it as the Civil War era of Marvel Comics, like 2008 to 2000 whatever. Like X-Men at that time, they had Utopia. They had their own island. It wasn't quite like Krakoa, but Cyclops was leading them. Cyclops, like you could read the X-Force series. It doesn't have Uncanny in the title, but you don't need to read it to lead up to it. But that's where Cyclops is like Wolverine. Like we need this Black Ops team now. Like after M Day,
It was right after Second Coming.
Second Coming, and all that shit. Yeah, like the mutants are just it's really bad time for mutants.
They got their back against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could tell because that's also, is this also after Wanda does her thing?
Yes,
More
Yeah.
mutants?
absolutely, yes.
Yeah, because they mention her in the comic and they don't fuck with her. Like
Yeah,
that. They're
no
like,
one
fuck
fucks
her.
with Wanda anymore.
Yeah, like that vile bitch. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, there's one villain. One of the Horsemen calls them the whores of Xavier. I thought that was
Yeah.
awesome. The whores of Xavier.
Dude, the 4 horsemen were so cool in this.
Yeah, they were sick.
Dude, I also gotta say, I've never, if truth be told, I've never actually read Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And I've read like
either.
like the entire run.
I've never read
it.
I've read some of it, and
Yeah.
I've most of it I know from the '97 cartoon.
Exactly. Like the animated
Exactly.
series did a lot of
Yeah.
legwork for what I know
I also,
about that.
and in general, I've never read too many comics where Apocalypse is like the solo dolo villain.
Yeah.
And he's not quite that in this, but he is definitely the overall arcing one.
Like his
And,
presence is
his
like,
presence
yeah.
is felt throughout, even when they're fighting other like people and there's other storylines. Like his is the overarching thing, and I fucking loved it. I thought like he was dope. His 4 horsemen, the horsemen were sick.
That's why Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains. The horsemen were wild.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
the
you had
fucking
war.
drummer dude.
Yeah.
drummer dude. What was his
Dude.
name? He had an interesting name. Fuck, I thought I wrote it down.
forgot. It was like Cletus or
He was War. No, he wasn't War. Famine.
No, war. He was
No,
famine.
He was famine, and the sound of his music like gave you cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auditory cancer. Yo, what a
Auditory
fucking crazy mutant power to have.
It's super crazy. And then you had famine.
War, who was like the reverse Minotaur dude.
the Minotaur?
who-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who like when he attacked you, it filled you with the spirit of war.
Yeah, exactly. Like his blade would hit you, and if you got cut, you were like rage, fury, killed. Like,
Yeah.
So like one of the ways they try to stop him is Psylocke or Fantomex makes
Fantomex, who has the mutant power of like deceit, basically.
Yeah.
Of misdirection.
misdirection. there you
he
go.
also has it's clearly like he has some telepathy.
Yeah, but his misdirection makes the Minotaur dude, he makes War think he's in love with Psylocke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how they kind of stop him.
Misdirection saves them so many
So
times
many
in this
times,
series.
yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Fantomex saves them so many times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Without Fantomex, they would have failed.
With it, exactly. Like Fantomex is like low key the main hero because everyone else they keep fucking up without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine's almost the Xavier of this squad.
He is.
right.
He's the closest I feel like I've ever seen him be the Xavier here. I mean, he's still badass and murderous, but
Yeah. But he's like the father of the group. He's like, you
Yeah.
guys got to listen to me. I've been through shit.
I like Deadpool. It was cool to see Deadpool. It was
This
funny.
comic made me like Deadpool. I hadn't
Yeah,
read
I
much
agree.
Deadpool before I had read this back in the day.
Exactly. And I
says cool
I kind of
Deadpool.
thought Deadpool was kind of more of a gimmick and a kind of a corny character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this comic made me fall in love with him. The Rick Remender's writing in this. This is by Rick Remender, by the way.
Remender.
This is some of his strongest writing I've ever read.
amazing.
I think.
It made him one of my favorite modern writers.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I was even texting Anthony. I was like, "Yo, I want to buy this." Like, I was like,
It's
I want to
so
own it.
good.
Which is why when the omnibus comes out, I'm definitely
Yeah, because then when the omnibus comes out, you're gonna have to do we'll do the second half of the
Yeah,
series.
so apparently the omnibus comes out next year. It's a reprint. This book is notoriously hard to find. Like, I went to Comic-Con, I was talking to Rick Remender, and even he brought that up. I was like, dude, the omnibus is coming out next year. I'm gonna get it. It's so good. It's one of those comics that I'm gonna tell everyone to buy, but it's hard to find. So you're gonna have to wait a year to buy it.
It's definitely a must buy. Also, like, dude, the art, incredible.
yeah, there's
Yes.
a couple.
Jerome Opena is one of my favorite artists. He does a lot of art in this comic.
Yeah, he does like the first volume completely, and then random issues throughout the rest of it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they have a pretty even thread. I think there's like literally 1 or 2 issues where the art's not that consistent.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Yeah.
there's also another great artist, Esad Ribic. He's fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
I love the art over. I wouldn't have been able to like
Yeah,
it.
but the art, even when they transitioned, they were able to capture the artistic style of the previous artist
Yeah.
really well.
Rick Remender generally teams up with killer artists all the time.
Dude,
Facts.
it was so good.
Really liked Archangel in this comic.
Yeah.
Once again, like same thing. I've never read too many things with either Angel or like he's just never been like such a central character. But in this one, he was like him and Psylocke's relationship was like really important to the whole story. I really
The
like
way they
Psylocke.
were abused by Apocalypse in the past, and it has a lot to deal with them trying to overcome past trauma.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a huge part of everyone's story. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone on this.
Dude, I like that. Like when he went, like he could go in between, like physically turn between like Angel, Archangel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whenever it was time for X-Force missions, he would go like full Archangel.
Yeah. And Jake, the same way. So like when I first read this comic, I was like fucking Angel, but we can't forget Angel, one of the OG X-Men. And something really cool that happens throughout Uncanny X-Force is it still winds up being an X-Men book because you get Archangel, you get Dark Beast, you get Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey, you get Age of Apocalypse giant-ass Iceman.
Nightcrawler.
Well, Nightcrawler's not an OG, but you get my point. You still get most of the OG X-Men, but yeah, you do get Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler, Sabretooth. Yo, this comic is not just X-Force. Like, crazy shit is happening throughout this entire series.
I agree. Dude, that going back to what you said about Iceman, not only does he turn super giant, but he sends like millions of himself.
Yeah, like you have to find his consciousness.
Yeah.
Such a cool use of his
I didn't know
powers.
Iceman could be exactly.
Right?
I was like, dude, Iceman's fucking powerful. Holy shit.
What's cool about the Age of what's cool about the Age of Apocalypse versions of themselves is they're way overpowered than how they are in the universe we're accustomed to.
Because they had to live in the Age of Apocalypse.
Apocalypse,
you gotta be OP or you're dead, basically.
Dude, that scene when like they're attacking the final Antarctica base and Deadpool and Fantomex are running, and you see this iceberg, what you think is an iceberg, turn into Iceman. He's like, huge giant. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, that makes Iceman like one of the most powerful mutants out there.
Yeah. And he has multiple.
No, he is. Yeah. He's Omega level. Iceman's Omega level mutant.
I never knew that. Like when I was reading this, I was like, oh, I didn't know how fucking powerful Iceman was.
Well, he's not normally. This just
he is.
But he has potential to be.
He has the potential to
Anthony's
be.
even right.
No, I don't think he. Does he normally get this powerful?
He could, yeah. And in Krakoa, there's actually a part he uses that power a few times. He fights an ice giant, a frost giant from Jotunheim or whatever. Yeah, and it's actually a pretty sick fight. So Iceman, don't sleep on Iceman. He's an OG too. And Iceman's always been one of my favorite mutants as well. I really like Iceman.
I've always liked Iceman too. I've liked him. Also, I liked him in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yes, I would always pick him. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think let's jump into the plot a little bit.
Yeah. Because by the way, we're talking about, we said what, the first.
We're talking about 19 issues.
Yeah. So it's from the beginning. But
there is an overall arcing plot. And lots of mixed things in between.
We're talking about from the beginning of the series and we do like whatever's in between.
It's the first half of the series.
Yeah, and then we finish with the Dark Angel arc.
Yes.
Like it's literally called the Dark Angel Saga, like the Dark Phoenix Saga.
Yeah. So it starts out, the first volume is called The Apocalypse Solution. And basically it's starting out at the beginning. The X-Force are like, okay, we're going to do what it takes to protect mutant kind. And they've detected that Apocalypse is back. And so they basically, it's like a 6-issue arc that a lot of it is developing their relationships and their dynamic and stuff like that. But then they face off against the Horsemen for the first time. And
get their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they're constantly getting fucked up in this series.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah. So wait, so when we say the team is Wolverine, Psylocke, Deadpool, Fantomex, and Angel.
Archangel.
Angel/Archangel, yeah.
Hit Squad.
Yeah, Hit Squad. Eventually joined by Deathlock.
Deathlock. Yeah, sorry.
And then the Age of Apocalypse team joins.
That's sick at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
So the end of the very first issue, we find out there's an Apocalypse clone. He's a kid.
Yeah. A kid Apocalypse clone is growing, and I feel like based after their past dealings with Apocalypse, they're like, dude, if Apocalypse lives, he's going to fuck shit up.
Yeah, the mutants can't handle
this.
The mutants
can't
take care of it.
Yeah.
But they didn't know. They didn't know. We find out at the end of
They didn't know he was a kid.
They don't know he's a kid until they see him.
Yeah.
Because it sets the foundation for the rest of.
So because it also splits the teams. Like, are they down to kill a kid?
Right.
Yeah.
Because they go in there with the intent to kill Apocalypse, and then they're like, whoa.
No matter
which is like, and then it's like, oh, we're about to fight a clone of Hitler, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah. That was a stupid joke I was trying to do before. Obviously not Stonewall. The question's always like, when you go back in time, I kill a baby Hitler. Obviously the answer is yes. Kill that motherfucker.
I would feed it to a shark.
Great idea.
That's what I would.
Watch him
Dude, that's
flail.
crazy because we won't talk about it now, but there is a shark later in the series.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh shit.
But
They see Kid Apocalypse.
yeah, after barely getting away, they get to see Kid Apocalypse and they're arguing. Are we going to kill him or are we not? And before anyone comes, actually, they
Well,
decide.
Deadpool said he's not down with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deadpool out the gates was like, no.
He was like, no.
Betty was like, no.
Wolverine was pretty down.
Wolverine was down, and so
Yeah.
was Angel. And then Betty talks Wolverine down, and then they're like, Wolverine joins that side, and they're like, okay, it's been voted. And then while they're having this conversation, Fantomex just blasts this kid in the noggin.
Dude,
Blows this
yeah.
brutal.
It was funny. I know this came before, but when I was reading it, it was like felt like some Breaking Bad shit. That one. Do you remember that one episode where Todd kills a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It felt like that. And I was like, oof. I was like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to fucking Rick Remender being just like master, he's just so good, master storyteller of just like comic books, you know? Like, dude is great.
And then so then the second story arc is Deathlok Nation, where they have to join Fantomex into the world to.
Wait,
Basic-
so we've covered this a little bit before, but I feel like for listeners that are not familiar, go into because this is the most I've ever experienced, despite what we read in Jonathan Hickman's X-Men, with the world.
Yeah. And it starts, so Fantomex is a character that Grant Morrison made in New X-Men.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get introduced to the world in New X-Men. We did cover New X-Men, but we didn't get to that arc.
Yeah, there's not too much of the world in the one we covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a big part of later issues of New X-Men. We did
For
cover
sure.
it in
And it's in the X-Men Omnibus.
the
Yeah.
Jonathan Hickman run of X-Men. Yep, you get to see a bit of that. That's a Patreon exclusive episode, though. Whoops, it's behind the paywall. You gotta pay. Sorry, guys. Too bad. But yeah, no, the world comes back in this. Wait, before we go to that, I wanted to bring up there's a scene. So after they shoot Kid Apocalypse, they're like in the next issue or so, they're all like on the ship having a really serious talk about it. And Deadpool's like so angry about it. He's like, you killed a kid. Like, and that made me love Deadpool. I was like, yep, now I'm a Deadpool fan. Now I'll take his stupid jokes because I finally see like this actually human
There's like
heart.
nuance to it.
Yeah. And it's just a panel, like Deadpool's mask is on, but you see like the way he's screaming is so emotive. Going back to, I think that's Jerome Opena again, the art. I love the art in this again, but the art's great because the characters look so realistic.
Also, at the beginning of this is when you see, at the beginning of this arc is when you see the X-Force face off against the Reavers in that short battle.
The Reavers, yeah.
Yeah.
Those fuckers.
Do you know what I was? So going back to there's a lot of firsts for me reading this book as far as my exposure to certain things. Probably the first and the most exposure to Deathlok I've ever had.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I didn't even know what they were, and then when there's multiple Marvel Deathlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I was
they're
like, whoa,
hunting
what?
down
Yeah,
the
that shit was-
world.
Yeah, hunting down Fantomex in the world in France, right?
Yeah. Well, it starts in France, but it's this is like very going along with the
They cover the
espionage
planet
thing.
in this.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
they literally go to the moon at one point.
Yeah. But wait, so the world is time moves differently in the world. Fantomex was raised in the
Time
world.
out. Who built the world? Is it man built or is it machine sentinel built? Well,
It's sentinel technology built by people for sure, but that gets so advanced that it's it's developing on its own.
It's a pocket dimension. It's literally a handheld portable dimension, but once you're in it, it's the size of an open world, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and time moves differently.
Time moves differently. Everything gets created on its own.
You're in there for a couple days, and it could be weeks or months in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's important to have it. It can control a lot of shit. And of course, that it has something to do with fucking up the future. So Deathlok comes back in time. Yeah, Deathlok, like you were saying, it was my first exposure to Deathlok too when I first read it. And he's like a psychopath that has machine parts attached to him. So sometimes it's just the machine controlling him. Sometimes it's the psychopath.
Yeah.
That's a cool character.
Yeah.
That is cool. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, and the face-off against the Deathlocks were cool. And that arc was just basically to like emphasize what the world was going to be used for later in the series and strengthen everyone's relationships or like make them more fragile, but strengthen the lore behind them, and incorporate Deathlok into the team.
Yeah,
is what that arc is about.
Although he does fuck up. Isn't Deathlok charged with watching
the world? Well, yeah, but how is he gonna? How is he gonna?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's the 4 Horsemen that comes and fuck him up, right?
Yeah.
Or Dark Beast? Isn't that
Dark
Beast fucks him up?
Dark Beast fucks him up. Yeah. Dark Beast was sick.
Dark Beast is a motherfucker. He stays around for a long time after this too, and you're just like fucking Dark Beast.
Yeah, he ends up becoming a major villain.
Dude, he's a savage.
Yeah, he's had so much influence. Like right now in the comics in Krakoa, Beast is basically Dark Beast, but he's regular Beast. He's like that fucked up. Dark Beast is a fucked up character. He's like,
yeah, he is
evil scientist. Will do anything to win, double cross you, triple cross you. He's a bit Mr. Sinister-esque, but way smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate him. I mean, I like him as a character, but I hate the motherfucker. Like, he always fucks them up.
He was cool in this book.
Why? So at the beginning of the series, don't they help him to escape?
Because he's in our universe. Like, he is a stowaway
He's already
from
been
Age
around.
of Apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a stowaway from Age of Apocalypse. And is this after Angel starts to really lose it?
Angel starts to almost immediately start to lose it. Like there's the darkness inside of him that's like growing.
Yeah. And at the end of the Deathlok, he kills the father or whatever of the world. Remember that old dude?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. No. Deadpool kills the father.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool does.
Yeah,
it is Deadpool.
Because
remember, he's fucking with Deadpool's head, but he goes too far. Which is like if you read again, like he goes too far, and then you see Deadpool. He literally goes, he's like, "Wait, that sounded weird. You're gonna molest me?" Like, he's like, "What? He's like, "You want me to sit on your lap?" And then he like cuts his head off, and he's like, "All right, let's go." Like, I like that. That's what happened. Like it was too crazy for Deadpool's own crazy brain.
Yeah. Another good reason to like Deadpool.
And it like snapped him out of it. He was like, Deadpool's like, hold on, that's fucking. I don't do that.
That's weird.
Yeah. But he was brainwashed. He was like, before that, he was brainwashed, and then it just went too far. He pushed it. It's fucking
That's a
cool.
good point.
Deadpool was awesome in this book. Honestly, I really liked everyone, if truth be told. I like
every single character.
Once again, this is the most Psylocke exposure I've had, and she was cool.
Same.
Yeah,
I
Psylocke's
loved her.
super cool.
I always loved Psylocke.
I didn't realize how her powers worked.
Yeah.
Dude, the issue where she fights fucking the dude with the fez, big fat guy.
Yeah.
Shadow King.
The Shadow King.
Shadow King, yeah. And she has her astral form out there, and like he's taking over X-Force and fucking with everyone to like set off that nuke, and that's when Archangel kills that one soldier who was going to launch a nuke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole time you thought Shadow King was getting trapped and was trying to take over Betsy, but he was really just trying to get access to Archangel and turn him full evil.
Yeah, because he's locked away in a certain part of Angel's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick issue. That was like cool, like mind battles.
I love psychic battles, going to the astral plane and shit like that. That's always cool.
Yeah.
Sign me up for more.
Yeah, I'm down for astral battles.
That's how I want to fight people. Just like
Yeah, just
yeah, we just have the sickest psychic battle.
Oh, I should have put on my Magneto helmet.
Oh,
Otherwise,
you
I
would
would
have been protected.
I would have been protected. All right, see, next time I record, I'm putting on the goddamn helmet.
So that's something to say about this book too. It's a team book, and you like every member of the team. There's something to like. There's a story. There's meat to everything. Like no one's there for no reason. Like usually Deadpool's just on a team to just have like fart jokes and shit like that. Of course that's going to happen here, but like there's more to Deadpool. Like he's almost weirdly the heart of the team in a lot of weird moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Wolverine's just like the tired leader who's like doing the best he can.
Sometimes you're like, come on, Wolverine. Like, come on, step up. Like, it's Fantomex who steps up to the point where Deadpool's like, hey, man, you're the leader.
Well, I don't think that Wolverine isn't able to. I just think that Wolverine is, I mean, he's spread thin. He's got a lot going on at that point.
Yeah, he still does X-Men stuff too, yeah.
He's doing X-Men stuff, and he's an Avenger.
Yeah, true.
Because this is what leads into Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the Avengers get pissed at the end of the series that the X-Force are just murdering people.
Yeah. That comes back,
also,
you're right.
Wolverine is like, he's kind of like, and I don't want this to get misconstrued as that he's like stupid or anything. He's not. But like, he's not as like, Wolverine is like, let's go in, we'll cut him up, kill him, everything. Like, he's the best at what he does, which is like killing and murdering. But there's better like strategists on the team and everything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, time and time again, like Fantomex proves to probably be
Archangel at times.
Yeah. Like Fantomex and Archangel proved to be some of the most strategic fighters. Like with a plan, even to the point where like at the final battle, when Wolverine sees Fantomex leaving Antarctica, and he's like, "Great, I knew he'd fucking leave the coward." And Fantomex comes back with the ill squad,
Age of Apocalypse,
with the Age of Apocalypse team, and saves everyone. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were leaving," and he was like, "No, I was just leaving to go save your ass."
Yeah.
Fantomex always a few steps ahead, you know.
Dude, there's so many times in almost every volume, there are times where it feels like they're losing.
Oh
yeah. Well, that's something about the Age of Apocalypse. They're just perpetually losing. And then something else to bring up. So, like, Jake, so maybe I lied a little bit. Some things you do need to know.
You liar.
Or not need to know, but it fills in certain things. Jean Grey at this point in continuity is dead. Nightcrawler at this point in continuity is dead. Professor Xavier at this point in continuity is dead.
Time out, who kills them? Who kills all these people?
Nightcrawler's killed by the villain in Second Coming.
Yeah. Yep. He dies. It's a big moment.
Yeah. It literally made me cry. If I'm being honest, this comic made me cry the first time I read it. At the end, when Jean Grey and Angel are having that moment.
You mean Psylocke?
So yeah, Psylocke and Angel are having that moment, and they live out their entire life together.
Yeah. So sad. Or it's even sadder, like, so you know what? The end of I want to save it a little bit before we get to the end.
I'll say you guys are jumping ahead. Well, here. It's sad when Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey leaves X-Force Wolverine.
Yes.
Because he's begging, he's like, please, like, stay.
Because
there's nothing there.
Wolverine is the one. So in New X-Men, Wolverine kills Jean Grey. It's a huge moment where she's Phoenix again, and he has to. Remember that, Cody? It's that famous panel where Wolverine has to stab Jean Grey. Where you've seen this in things after this, but it comes from this. It's like him stabbing her. They're so close to each other in space.
Yeah.
No one does it better than X-Men Last Stand, of course.
They did do that.
They do. That's literally how he kills her.
Yeah, but I mean, the entire X-Men movie franchise was heavily influenced by the
for sure.
New
X-Men run.
Dude, bring back the X-Men franchise.
We can hope, and we can hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah, it sounds like Deadpool 3 that's what's happening. Like they're trying to save the Fox universe.
Oh God,
I don't know anymore.
Now
at this
that you
point.
said that, I don't know. I want to see mutants, but then it's like because everything we've seen lately sucks from Marvel. It's like, dude, are they just gonna fuck up the X-Men too?
I will say this: I've actually been liking Loki. I caught up today, and I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. I don't hate it.
It's a very low bar, but it's the best Marvel thing in a while.
Yeah. I'm actually interested to see the next episode. Is what I'm saying. Like it's keeping me. It's keeping me.
I'm not there yet. But
the
there is
first
a
episode
show.
didn't convince me. If you only watched the first one, I would have said the same.
I watched
thing.
I watched half of the second one. I haven't finished it.
Gotcha. The second one started to convince me towards the end, and then the third got me. So I was like, okay, I'm on board.
Dude, I'll tell you what show I am on board for. Gen V, the Boys spinoff show.
Ooh, okay.
Fire. Yeah. Honestly, like straight up fire.
Mose was telling me that today, actually.
You've watched the whole thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm all caught up. If you like the Boys, you will like this show.
Nice. Okay. I need to watch it.
I personally, I was not hyped on a spinoff show, but I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll check it out. It's honestly, it's like Euphoria, but with the boys. And there's cameos. Like the 6th episode just came out on Friday, and there's an awesome cameo in it. It's fucking great. If you watch The Boys, you'll love it. And it's cool. It's the same thing. It's gory, super hyper violent, but it's like deals with like more
Teenagers.
like teenager type shit. Yeah, it's cool. It's literally Euphoria, but on The Boys.
So kind of like the Boys X-Men or Teen Titans.
Exactly. Honestly, it's like The Boys Teen Titans.
That's cool.
And it's fucking cool. It's really cool. I highly recommend it.
So anyway, though, back to this comic.
Back to basics. Dude, time out. Who would you guys make? Ooh, okay, let's do it when we each cast a member for the X-Force team. Our X-Force team.
Ooh, I was waiting for this one.
Okay. Psylocke, I'm going to give to maybe...
Wait, what?
Wait,
One
yeah.
of us is Psylocke?
No,
Oh.
we make our own team. We're gonna
we build our own
Yeah, we build our own X-Force.
Wait, what were you doing though, Cody?
I was going to cast actors.
Oh.
Because I was thinking, who are we on X-Force?
Oh.
We all have
with
different
this episode.
We're all doing something different.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious. All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, especially you haven't read the second half, but this is my favorite X-Force lineup. Period. I like Cable would be cool, but I don't need Cable because I don't want it to be a Cable and Deadpool story. You know what I mean?
Dude, don't spoil the second half.
Oh, but Cable and Deadpool is such a good fucking comic. Have you guys ever read Cable and Deadpool?
No.
Oh, Cable and Deadpool is like solidifies Deadpool love for me. Like Cable and Deadpool is really cool. It's more of a Cable comic than a Deadpool comic, but like they should do a Cable and Deadpool movie. That's what Deadpool 2 had hints of.
Yeah.
That wasn't so random. Like that was a nod to the
Oh,
comic.
I always thought it was random. See, I didn't know
No.
that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, there's a whole
I knew
series.
I knew that it existed. I
Nice.
just haven't read it.
I super recommend it. Actually, you guys would like it.
Oh, dude, you know what issue? Sorry, I'm all over the place. We're all over the place. Time out. You know what issue I also liked in this whole thing?
What?
The fucking Omega Red vampires, like with Dracula and everything.
Mega Red Vampire.
Oh, was that like one of the minis?
I don't know. It was one of the issues that I read 1 through 19. You guys don't remember that?
Is that when they fight Lady Deathstrike?
No,
That
that's
is-
the Reavers.
No.
Oh, right,
It's
that's the
when
Reavers issue.
Fucking Wolverine goes to France and literally like gets captured by vampires and they like pluck him and they're drinking out of him because he can like regenerate. They're like, we have our perpetual fountain of youth type. And it's like literally like Dracula and a bunch of vampires, and Omega Red was like hired by them. You guys don't remember this issue?
I do remember it.
Dude,
yeah.
it was sick. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
What else
Yeah.
happens in that issue? Like Fantomex has to save him, right?
No, it's like this
No.
female vampire slayer character
Oh.
who helps Wolverine.
In the books, it's one of like the side issue things, Anthony.
I don't know why I don't remember it. I'm just drawing a blank.
Well, it was sweet because Omega Red was drawn really cool too, and he looked really cool. He ultimately was betraying them, for some reason.
Yeah. As villains do.
As villains are wont to do.
Villains be betraying.
So anyway, where the story picks up.
Wait, I thought we were
after-
gonna do our own
Oh,
X-Force
I was gonna
team
say,
or something. One of
okay.
those things. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, after the battle with the Shadow King, Archangel goes full villain
He's let loose.
and
Monsters.
and starts to join the Apocalypse team. And, like takes on the role of the new Apocalypse. He gets hit by a death seed, doesn't he?
The death seed? Yeah, no. Or that's what he does with the life seed. There's a
don't know.
celestial seed. There's the life seed and
So-
the death seed.
So anyway,
The world.
he becomes evil, and
He becomes
And-
Apocalypse.
yeah, he becomes Apocalypse, and so they break out Dark Beast to try to stop him. He takes them to the Age of Apocalypse, betrays them, obviously, escapes, and the X-Force are in the Age of Apocalypse, fighting against that universe's current Apocalypse, who is at the moment Wolverine.
Yeah. Anyone could be Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Anyone can wear the mask.
But they end up escaping like just by like the hair of their chin. And thanks to the X-Force team or the Age of Apocalypse X-Men, surviving X-Men, who lose a lot of numbers over this series.
Yeah. By the way, I
lot of
fucking
them.
love Dark Nightcrawler. Dark Nightcrawler is awesome.
Dark Nightcrawler's awesome. Dark Jean Grey is awesome. Dark
Sabretooth was really cool.
Sabretooth, Wild Child.
Wild Child. Who is Wild Child?
What's the fire guy's name? It's not Sunspot, is it?
It is Sunspot.
Sunspot.
Sunfire.
Sunfire. Yeah.
Sunfire's
Wait, time
crazy.
out. Who is Wild Child? Like, what's
He's
his
an
deal?
X-Force character.
Is he like Sabretooth's kid or something?
No, he's just another kind of kind of
Sabretooth-esque
mutant.
character. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like a few mutants like that, but he's not. Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah.
There's some cool shit that happens with Wild Child on Krakoa, though. There's a series called Hellions, and he's part of that group. It's really cool because he dies and resurrects, but he resurrects in a place. He dies in a place where they make the rule, obviously. Like if you're in this certain land and you die, when you resurrect, it's gonna be like a roll of the dice. You might resurrect as like a different multiversal self, and there's like a smarter Wild Child, so he's like vicious, but he could like. It's weird. Like it's a really cool thing they do with him, but. In this comic, he's just like on a leash.
Yeah, literally on a leash.
That's it. That's his life. He's a wild child.
Dude, Apocalypse Wolverine was insane.
Yeah, the way he just blows his daughter away.
Yeah, dude, eviscerates her. Like,
Wolverine meets alternate universe his own daughter, and then like moments after meeting her and feeling all these weird emotions and stuff, he just watches her get blasted. Turned to dust.
yeah.
Yep. You don't do that to Wolverine's family, though.
Dude, Wolverine took a beating throughout this book.
Everyone did. Dude, that one time Archangel almost dies and then Deadpool feeds him chunks of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was gnarly.
What a moment. I always remember that moment.
Yeah.
Well, there's also scenes where like Wolverine is... Okay, wait, I just remembered more of the vampire shit. You remember like now, like Wolverine goes to Alaska and there's vampire kids on snowmobiles?
What?
No, do you guys just forget all this
Do I?
shit?
I don't
remember
remember the
that.
vampires.
Dude, what? There were like a solid 2 or 3 issues of vampires.
But why don't I remember it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. You guys have the books right in front of you.
Anyway. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
crazy.
I felt like I remembered the Omega Red part, but I don't remember snowmobiles.
Yeah, are you sure you weren't reading the most recent X-Men run? Because you said you had it.
No.
I don't remember this. Now I have to look because I'm like,
The only
what
X-Men
fuck?
book I've read was X-Force.
Okay, so anyway, dude, so Age of Apocalypse, dude, the villains are crazy. I love Age of Apocalypse, the Blob.
Yeah.
Oh, the Blob in this comic, Jesus.
Yeah, he's a cannibal, and he's just nuts. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's never made clear in almost every iteration of what exactly the Blob's powers are, other than him being like mutantly fat.
Yeah, but like because of that, but he's just like can take that. He's just like high defense, high strength.
He can take a beating, and
Yeah, it's like even if because I think there's times Wolverine cuts through him and he's able to cut, but there's like so much fat that he's just like it doesn't really do much. You know what I mean? Like he's like, but it doesn't. He's just like he's a resilient man. He's so fat.
I don't see anything about vampires.
What did I read then?
I'm telling you, it might have been the Krakoa one because you said you bought a volume of it. And it sounds like something I've read from Wolverine more recently.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. It was the Wolverine comic.
Motherfucker.
My bad. I just had
No
all that shit.
vampires.
There are no vampires in X-Force.
No,
You do see Omega Red, but it's not Omega. It's like a female version of Omega
There's a
Red.
female Omega in the Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the only time I remember seeing it in this volume. I was like,
I guess.
vampires?
I think I read them back to back.
But just flipping through it, I saw a moment that we kind of skipped over. It's a small moment. But at this time, Magneto's also part of the X-Men. And he
Yeah.
doesn't know X-Force exists. And there's just a moment where they just go up to him and they're like, we exist. And he sends them to kill a Nazi.
Nazi, yeah.
That was pretty cool because it's quick. They do it. Like Wolverine, no questions asked. He's like, I'll do this for you. Easy money.
No, in the beginning, he does ask. He's like, why don't you just do it yourself?
Well, he does ask why, but he does it for him. Like he's like, I got this. You know.
Well, dude, but that's also a cool scene where Magneto's like solemnly is like just do this for me. All right, I got it.
Yeah.
And not only does he do it, he does it specifically with his katana.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it with the claws.
Yeah.
Like Wolverine, there's like hard Ronin vibes in here with Wolverine and his katana. He even gives it to Sabretooth at the end when they go back to their Age of Apocalypse universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, remember when Sabretooth dies and he's like, "Oh, please, not like this, not on my stomach." And then he just killed. It's just like he could like
he comes back though. He recovers.
Yeah, Sabretooth doesn't die. He ends up surviving.
I think it was Wild Child that gets killed there.
Oh, because there's a moment where okay.
I think that was Wild Child.
No, I think it was Sabretooth and he does come back. You're right.
He lives. He at the end he goes back to Age of Apocalypse and Wolverine gives him the sword.
Because Wild Child and Sunfire are the two that die against Archangel.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Dude, so like also I love the three-way romance, between
Fantomex, Archangel, and Psylocke.
Yeah, so good.
It was cool.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Fantomex is a pimp.
Yeah, it very much mirrored the Scott, Wolverine, Jean Grey romance of the early 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, it's for sure like a mirror of that.
Yeah. And so I love that, when they get back from the Apocalypse universe, they're immediately faced with Dark Beast and the entire Apocalypse squad. And they get fucked up again.
Including Apocalypse's son. So this comes into play too, Genocide.
Yeah, Genocide's a monster.
There's some Hulk Ground Zero shit that happens in one of the issues where they blow up a whole town with Genocide's power and then they intend to do that to the world.
Okay, so that's what I was confused. Who is that dude? He's Apocalypse's son?
Like his real son. Yeah.
Yeah, the real son of Apocalypse. He didn't need the seed or anything like that.
But like the mom was like, please, my boy, like don't make him like that was so weird.
Because he's a mutant and that's why he looks like that. He's not necessarily evil. They're just twisting him like they meant to do to
so
Kid
what's
Apocalypse.
His powers? To nuke shit?
It's like energy release, like siphon and like just fuck shit up.
He's just like, he's basically like a walking bomb.
Right. But we also learn, that Fantomex in the world, we skipped over this too. There's another Apocalypse clone.
Yeah, being grown in the world.
And he's watching over it. And then we learn that he's in a virtual reality that mimics, like they don't say this, but if you read comics, it's Superman. He's raising him like Clark Kent. He's on a farm with an old couple and Fantomex comes in like his Fantomex costume. Uncle Custer. And he has overalls and like a hat. And he's been teaching Evan, his name is Evan, how to be a hero.
And he goes on to be in the future X-Men series.
Yeah, and it's so cool. But like you're always in the back of your mind, will he turn evil? And then Krakoa just kind of negates all that, where you're just like, I'm down with Apocalypse no matter what. Like, it's such a different Apocalypse.
I agree. I like Krakoa Apocalypse, to be honest.
Right?
Oh, I did too, but I like him as a villain. I think
he works in any way.
I think he's terrifying as a villain.
Yeah. I think it's even more terrifying to like humans and other people who like try to fuck with the X-Men when they have Apocalypse willing to be on the team.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
dude, like that whole we talked about it when we did the Hickman Omnibus, but fucking dude, that whole like sword fight with that one mutant.
Yeah.
That's still an awesome fucking issue.
Yeah,
for sure.
The Crucible.
Yeah, the Crucible. Apocalypse is a beast.
Yeah.
Dude, Apocalypse is a beast. And Archangel's everyone who carries the Apocalypse mantle in this is truly a monster.
Yeah, Archangel is scary.
I know. I didn't know that Apocalypse was like something that can be like handed down to people.
Well, he was like, I guess he and the mutants were created by the Celestials to overcome, according to this lore.
Exactly. You're right. In this lore, they do say that Celestials pretty much made the mutants, which like I don't know if I like that as like. I'm not going to count that as like canon
No, it's in a lot of canon. It's canon.
But it's not canon like OG first, years of X-Men being published.
Well, no, not that. But like as the years went on, it's been incorporated and like it's just kind of like the established thing. Like the Celestials created a lot of shit.
That mutants are not human evolution.
No, it's that they trigger. That's what it is. It's not that they just like created mutants. It's that they think it's time. The Celestials kind of give, like, almost trigger the evolution of man into mutants, so that as a way, because in the Celestials' eyes, it's time for man to be left behind.
Yeah, and they also create Inhumans in the same way they create Kree. Like Celestials are like the gods of the Marvel universe in a really big, real way. But like in this moment in time too, in Utopia, there is a sleeping Celestial. And no one knows what it's gonna do. Like it's just there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just kind of appears out of nowhere.
Which you guys, if we connect to the MCU,
yes,
Celestial. What was that movie called?
Eternals.
There we go, Eternals. And remember, it ends with a sleeping / frozen Celestial in the ocean that they still have yet to address since then. Although we've been getting teases of X-Men, what if they incorporate it somehow?
It's very possible. And I was saying that back when we were talking about Eternals. I think it is. But seriously, it might be a way. Like, if Eternals was good, it could have been a blueprint for how you incorporate a whole team of characters in one movie. Not a blueprint, but like at least a test to see how MCU would do it. Now, I don't, like you said, I don't know what Marvel's going to fucking do.
It does sound like they are. I mean, I don't want to be optimistic because I'm not. But like I read recently that for the future, Marvel is going to have showrunners and stuff, which they haven't
TV
been
shows,
doing.
Yeah,
and stuff.
That was good to hear. Like they fired everyone that was on the Daredevil
cool.
team.
Yeah.
So maybe there's more hope for more quality. I also heard that when they announced Fantastic Four, they were kind of forced to. Like they weren't ready to announce it. That's why it's been like 5 years since they announced it, and we don't even know who the fuck is in the movie.
They don't even know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a mess over there.
Dude, I did see someone, I follow an X-Men Facebook page, and it's keeping up with like what's going on now in Krakoa. But someone just pulled a page, and it was Doctor Doom having dinner with Storm, and like the two of them flirting with each other. And I was like,
Yeah.
What?
That's not super recent, but it happened during Krakoa, yeah.
Okay. How recent is it?
Because Storm is running Mars, so if you read X-Men Red, you'll get to read that issue. Or is it Sword?
Doctor Doom gonna try and take over Mars?
No. He's Doctor Doom can't fuck with them. They have an interesting relationship.
Doctor Doom can't fuck with them? With the X-Men?
No,
Not
the
Krakoa
X-Men.
level.
Yeah, not Krakoa. Not on Mars.
Maybe X-Force level.
I don't know. I don't know if I...
But listen, one of my I'm going to bring two things. So like they get back from the Age of Apocalypse, and then they end up facing off against the entire squad of Apocalypse. It's versus the X-Force, and they lose. Dude, Deadpool you think he's dead, but Deadpool can't really die. So, but in his fight with Bobby Drake, when Bobby completely freezes him solid and shatters him into a million pieces.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
And then Fantomex gets God damn it. Blob sits on
him.
Yeah.
And he's up through his butthole inside of Blob.
Doesn't at some point Betty make Blob jump off a cliff at some point? Am I crazy?
Maybe not in this volume.
I don't remember.
But Fantomex finds a way out of Blob.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Fantomex finds a way out.
Isn't it because of Betty? No, because she's already been captured by Archangel. At this
Betty
point.
Yayo? Who would win? Betty Yayo 2069 or
Psylocke?
X-Force? Or X-Force.
The
Betty
X-Force?
Yayo 2069 versus X-Force.
Mind you, she has Deathlock technology, obviously.
No, she has
She
what
has
is it?
Nimrod technology.
Nimrod
Yeah,
technology.
exactly. Nimrod technology.
But wait, we get a glimpse. Doesn't Nimrod pop up in this comic too?
He's in the wherever the X-Force base is, you know?
Yeah, there's
which is also, by the way, like, I don't know if you guys thought so or caught it, but there were like old people's like OG costumes and
Yeah, it
tubes.
was like the Batcave.
Exactly, it was like the Batcave. It was straight up look like the Batcave, which I
Right.
liked. I thought it was cool. But yeah, Nimrod's in one of those tubes.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the X-Force could take care of Nimrod, which they do in X-Force before Uncanny. So that's something else that happens. So Nimrod isn't unbeatable. So when we're talking about Betty, but now you're saying Betty Yayo not only has Nimrod, but now Deathlock technology.
Well, she can assimilate. Remember, she is a cyborg.
Right.
Yeah. She's Betty Yayo. This is Betty Yayo 2069. She's a sentient airbrush t-shirt come to life. Oh, we just brought down the paywall.
Yeah, for a little bit. You're like, what? That's all we could spoil about Betty Yayo's power set and background. You'll have to listen to our X-Men episode on Patreon to find out more.
Who is this menace?
But it's definitely, and then I'm going to give it to X-Force, but they're going to get their asses whipped first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I also imagine there's Golden Girl Deathlocks as well.
See, I imagine a scenario where Fantomex is using misdirection to make Betty Yayo 2069 think she's having like a nice brunch with the rest of the Golden Girls.
Ooh.
You know, and then boom, Wolverine claws pop one right through the back of Betty Yayo's skull. But actually, no, it would actually be like this. It would be like, oh no, can we kill a kid? They'd be like, can we kill Betty White? Like, no one would want to.
Shit.
No one
wants to kill Betty White.
No one wants to, and they're like, fuck it, we got to do it. And when they finally get to her, it's a child Betty White.
I was going to say, Deadpool would actually probably defend Betty Yayo 2069. He would defect over to her side 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Slippery slope.
So I don't know if X-Force, I'm actually giving it to Betty Yayo 2069.
I'm going Betty Yayo 2069 also. She's crazy powerful.
She's unbeatable in my book. Sorry.
She's an Omega level Comics of Chronic Universe character.
Agreed. A hard agree.
Dude, do you think the Comics of Chronic Universe will ever bump into my universe? My pantheon of characters?
I feel like they're neighbors.
They are neighbors. They're like...
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They're like... close dimensions, you know?
Yeah, the Comics of Chronic Universe is your universe's Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, shit. That's sick.
It's the age of Betty Yayo 2069.
Yeah. Because who knows what 5G looks like in this universe, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, man, 5G going into Betty Yayo 2069?
Into her like circuitry and everything. Like,
oh my god!
Oh shit!
What destruction have we wrought?
What destruction?
This side of me is growing.
Whoa! Sorry.
Whoa!
Oh, that was chaotic.
That was. I'm definitely not the dark angel of the group.
So, who would be your alls if you could build an X-Force? Who would it be? Let's go with Jake's first.
Okay. Build an X-Force. Who would I pick?
Yeah.
I'm going...
How many people?
Yeah. Are we doing
Are we drafting an X-Force?
Psylocke, Deadpool, Fantomex, Wolverine. 5.
Yeah, 5. But you could use any X-Men or X-Men adjacent characters.
The best X-Men hit
Not
squad.
the best. I just want you to build your favorite, like a
honestly,
great assassin squad.
Okay, good. You're right. Honestly, because of the spec ops nature, the covert nature of X-Force, I'm putting Kitty Pryde in there.
Nice.
Hell yes.
Okay.
And I'd probably put Mystique realistically in there too.
Oh, yeah. If she could be on the team.
She can get into any room, get close to anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm putting Wolverine X-23 on that team as well.
Okay, I like that.
Girl Wolverine, like X-23 Wolverine?
Yeah, X-23.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm putting...
This is an all-female assassin group.
Oh, shit.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Oh.
I didn't mean to. I just was thinking, I think Kitty Pryde is a pretty useful person.
No, 100%. Especially now in the current run. Hell yeah.
She's like crazy powerful, right?
Yep.
Storm.
I was going to say Storm too.
Ooh.
Psylocke, because we need a psychic.
We need a psychic.
Okay.
Or even Emma Frost. Emma Frost.
Yeah.
I kind of want Psylocke though. I think Emma Frost is too grandiose to be on an assassin hit squad.
That's fair.
She doesn't want to. She likes to flaunt her victories and stuff. You know what I mean? She's
true, but as the queen of the Hellfire Club, she could fund the X-Force squad.
Ooh.
So she can't be on the team as the face of it,
Yeah.
but she can be supplying their resources and information. You know?
Oh, and when she does it, she like we see her talking about it, and the reveal is she's not the white queen anymore, she's the black queen.
Ooh. What does that mean though?
She's just like, the darker side of whatever she's
Yeah.
doing because it's X-Force, you know?
Plus, you could always like telepathically communicate with them.
I did love everyone's costumes in this.
Yeah, they
the
were
costumes
really
were
cool.
sick. Everyone's costume was sick.
Deadpool, black and white Deadpool.
Yeah.
Fantomex, just as Fantomex. That's how he always
Fantomex's
looks.
costume doesn't really ever change.
Fantomex, Archangel, and Psylocke were kind of the same as always.
Yeah. But Psylocke was different when she got the Death Seed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she almost looked like
Well, Wolverine and Deadpool were the ones to have a black and gray costume, and their eyes were red.
Yeah, the red in Wolverine's eyes made it so fucked.
yeah.
Honestly, like everything, like from the art to the writing of these 19 issues was fucking
Start to
incredible.
finish. Incredible.
I
Amazing.
breezed through it. I was like, this comic is awesome from
Yeah.
Jump. It went balls deep from Jump Street.
Balls
Sorry to
deep
say.
from Jump Street. That's an easy balls deep from Jump Street.
Dude, I'll tell you what it also is, easy-wise, a 6.
Ooh.
6.
6. Easy 6.
That's the easiest 666 we've ever done.
Aw, yeah. Thanks for coming back on, Satan.
Well, you know, we got a story about a dude who's dealing with his demons. A lot of people dealing with their demons. You know how it is.
Yeah.
We
He was going to show. I think we all knew going into this the devil was going to be here this time.
I knew when I put down the book, Satan was coming up.
I'm not exaggerating. This is like top 3 favorite comics for me.
I would put this, I don't know if I could go there. What I could do is put it in like my top 5 favorite Marvel comics.
Nice. Hey, that's fine.
I'll put it in my top 5 favorite comics, favorite X-Men comics, favorite Marvel comics.
Whoa.
It might be my favorite X-Men run. It's so good.
That's true. I could probably do my favorite X-Men. I don't know if I've
It's
read
I've read a lot of X-Men, but this is my favorite run.
It
It's by
hits so
far.
many boxes, and we're not even done. There's crazier shit that's going to happen after this.
Yeah.
Yep.
fuck. Is it
Yes,
the
sir.
same artist team though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's consistent throughout, man. It never misses a beat.
Yeah. And it gets even like Apocalypse isn't done. The villains in the future are nuts.
Yeah.
It's I'm not going to go too much into it.
Gets bananas.
And it goes even further
In
than that.
pajamas.
Rick Remender also came back after Rick Remender also came back after Avengers versus X-Men, and he did Uncanny Avengers, and,
which picks up from this.
yeah, and it's kind of the sequel to this,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love Uncanny Avengers. It's a different team, it's a different vibe, but
It's still Rick Remender.
it's still Rick
good.
Remender.
Ricky Rems. Dude,
Ricky
Remender's
Rems.
the big blood. We got to get him on the pod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. I talked to him
Okay.
at Comic-Con. He was fucking awesome. I really do
Yeah?
want to get him on the pod.
Fuck yes. Who are we? Who are we?
Who are
in the
we?
book?
Yes.
Well, Cody's Deadpool.
You think Cody's Deadpool?
I'm giving Cody Deadpool in this
I
one.
think I'm Deadpool in this one.
Yeah.
I'm hard to kill.
I think you're Archangel Anthony.
Yeah, I feel like the Archangel of the group. Yeah,
You're Archangel. Jake's Phantom.
I feel like Fantomex. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake is the Fantomex. Jake's got misdirection up his sleeve left and right.
Yeah. And my moral compass is very questionable.
Yeah. And at first, Jake would kill a kid and we'd be like, fuck you, Jake. But then by the end of the story, you'd be like, oh, Jake, come here.
Oh,
We're a family.
Jake just instead raised a kid genetically
Yeah.
recreated said child, raised him from birth to prove that he could become a hero.
Yeah. Jake would literally be like, guys, if anyone could raise Apocalypse right, it's me.
That is something Jake would say. Jake's definitely Uncle Custer.
Nice.
And we'll make Rodney Barnes our Wolverine, and then he'll keep us in line. You know, he'd be like, guys, come on.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I highly recommend people, if you can find it, buy this comic book.
Yeah.
Or wait for the omnibus to come out. next year.
Snatch it
Who
up.
would you guys want to, do you feel up for an attempt of casting this
Let's
team?
do it.
Yes,
Let's fucking
yes,
do
I
it.
do.
Okay, cool. I'm going to jump out the gates and say Anna de Armas as Psylocke.
Ooh, I like
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not bringing Olivia Munn back for this one. Is what
Olivia Munn's had her time.
she's had her time. Okay, she's had her time.
And if not her, then I think we would need to pick like a Japanese actress.
Well, I was going to say Psylocke is Japanese.
She
Cody,
is Japanese.
So
She's Japanese and English, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of controversial, her story.
Yeah.
They call her Betsy because she is a British woman possessing the body of a Japanese woman, basically
God.
without
Can
her
we-
consent.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I never knew that.
That's Psylocke. Until only Krakoa, now they're finally separated where Psylocke is her own person and Betsy is Captain Britain and she's doing her own thing. But they have the same powers.
I'm cool with Anna de Armas as Psylocke. It's gonna.
You're cool with whitewashing Psylocke, is what you're saying.
Anna de
dude.
Armas is Mexican.
Yeah.
She's still not Japanese.
She's still not white.
Yeah. We can make, him
What are you
make
talking
Psylocke a
about?
Latino and British woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, kids like you throw out the word colonizer any which way these days. You're like George Lopez, typical white man.
George Lopez. Could be like George Lopez as Deathlock.
Yeah, definitely George Lopez is Dethlok.
That's so fucking funny. He is half psychopath. Oh.
Lopez is Dethlok.
So silly. But we needed a way to get to old GL in the Marvel
GL.
universe, you know?
Oh, of course. He's been dying to get in this universe.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Deadpool. Are we keeping it Ryan Reynolds?
I feel
or we're
like you
changing
kind of got it, right? Or-
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that.
He's
I'm
just
fine with
got the
I
character.
honestly,
Yeah.
I think he gets Deadpool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Says is Deadpool. Wolverine, are we casting a whole new Wolverine or are we sticking with the Human?
I think we should cast someone. I don't know. I think if I don't want to keep using Hugh because he's getting up there, but also Wolverine is kind of tired in this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just gonna say he feels like an older Wolverine too.
And also, like,
you know?
just because, like, I don't know, like, Hugh Jackman's still a pretty big dude for how old he is.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he'd be fine as Wolverine.
Okay, let's do it. Let's keep Hugh.
Fantomex though, we got to think
Ooh.
about Fantomex because you
Fantomex
never
is
see
cool
his
because
face.
you never see his face at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's French.
I don't know
Or
any
he's
French
fake
actors.
French.
Jean-Philippe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Like they always bring up that his accent sounds fake, and he's like, "Well, what do you expect? I was raised in a day, which was like a whole his whole life was a day in the outside world or something like that." Like he's not real French. He was like fake French,
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever
faux
the fuck
French
Belgium.
accent.
Yeah.
I would cast.
I don't know French actors.
So he basically has to sound like vaguely
Doesn't have to
European.
be, yeah. Doesn't have to be a
Yeah.
French actor.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Matt.
Wilkinson?
Or Milkinson.
The Milkinson.
Yeah.
Matt
Mads Mikkelsen, yeah.
Milkinson. That was a Cody-esque mistake.
That was. Milkins.
I don't know. I feel like you have to be like Fantomex is very charming. He's funny a lot of the time.
Ooh.
He could play serious.
So is Mads Mikkelsen.
I'm
But I feel like
thinking,
he's
but
too
Matt,
old.
I'm
Hey,
thinking,
numbers.
what about what's his name that was in? He was in like Big Little Lies and True Blood and The Northman.
Oh, Skarsgård.
Yeah, Alexander.
There you
Ooh,
go.
I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Nice. That's
There
some
you
good
go.
casting right there.
That works.
I like that too.
Yeah, I can't wait for his scenes with George Lopez. There's going to be a lot.
George Lopez.
And then, of course, Timothy Chalamet as Kid Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
That's so funny. Dude, I do like that in desperation to try to save the universe, Fantomex brings Kid Apocalypse in, like he out of the program early, and Kid Apocalypse holds his own for a minute against Archangel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, Archangel was sick when he would use his like metal wings to like slice people in half and shit.
Yeah, he kills that woman. That's the mother of Genocide.
Genocide, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he made you take Angel seriously. It wasn't we were saying like. And then at the very end, okay, he finally comes back. We already rated it, and we're still talking about it. But
he has no memory. Now he has his memory wiped.
Yeah. So like at that moment in time, we had like been a few years after No More Mutants. But if you read this whole arc, those last 3 words, "Who are you?" they're pretty powerful too, I would say. Yeah. After everything that's happened, he's just like, Psylocke's like, yes, we did all this to save you, basically. And then he's just like, who are you?
Yeah.
And that's going to come into play. This story is not over. Angels still they're still a team,
It ain't over till it's over.
I mean, you do get one story. You do get one story in issue 19 with a little bit of the aftermath of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, because they said Kid Apocalypse to live in Xavier's school.
Yep. And now Wolverine is running it. Like yep.
Dude, what if Kid Apocalypse became Kid Apocawaka Flame?
Ooh.
Apocawaka.
He's half Apocalypse, half
Waka Flocka. But also a child.
Exactly.
Oh, that's insane.
What if Cody became Apocalypse?
Would you guys kill me?
Waka Flocka Apocalypse, and he was Cody Walakalypse versus Waka Flocka.
Cody Walakalypse. Oh my god.
That's what happens when Apocalypse takes over me. When I carry the Apocalypse mantle, I'm Cody Walakalypse. Dude, for a promo for this, you have to make me Apocalypse.
Yeah, we're definitely doing Walakalypse. Oh, that's amazing.
This episode should be called The Age of Walakalypse.
Yeah.
Walakalypse now.
Oh my god, Walakalypse now.
Because even in the Regrow episode, we said you were Apocalypse. You just got those vibes.
That's
Cody.
true. Yeah, you give hard Apocalypse vibes. Walakalypse.
Well, if we made you laugh, if you like this episode, go rate us on Spotify, Apple. Go to our Patreon.
Also, much like with the Marvel, if you want more insight into this episode, subscribe to our Patreon and check out our Hickman run. Because there's a lot of crossover between those two stories.
There really is,
comics and chronic storylines. Yeah. We're getting so big, guys.
Yeah, we're building up a library of X-Men episodes.
Yeah, we also have like our episodes now read like comic books where people are like, wait, I don't remember this happening. And they're like, oh, you got to subscribe to our Patreon to get what we're saying.
Yeah.
Lots of cooler inside jokes.
And another thing is if you go to our website, we built in sections. So you hear this episode, we're talking a lot about X-Men. You go to the X-Men section of our website. We have our other episodes where we talk about shit like this. So that's for everything we talk about. Batman,
guys,
we got Batman.
We're organized.
We're organized as fuck.
Check out our shit. Subscribe to our Patreon. It's dope. We just had Rodney Barnes on. We talked The Exorcist.
Ooh, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
He made it clear that we cannot get rid of Cody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cody is
here to stay, guys.
Yeah, he's truly planted himself like a death seed. In a way, Rodney Barnes is our Archangel Apocalypse.
No, Rodney's our dark beast.
Oh,
he even referred to himself like a
I would
bear.
say this. I would be legit afraid of a dark Rodney Barnes.
Oh, man.
I would be very. That's
For
dangerous.
sure.
That's a dangerous man right there.
Yeah, Dark Rodney.
Dark Rodney.
Yeah.
In the Age of Walakalypse, you got to watch out for him.
Age of Walakalypse. Oh, Dark Rodney in the Age of Walakalypse.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's fucking great.
Don't worry, we got Jake F. Fantomex.
Jake and Fantomex.
We got to stop. We got to cut the recording.
All right. Well, we're losing our minds here, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I've lost it.
You have lost it.
Dude, I've been geeking for like, Satan's back.
Hey.
No.
This is Dark Anthony. This is Satan. Huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was geeking too hard to hear it.
Oh, God. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, we'll see you next week.
Peace. Oh, that was insane.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo.
Peace.